Hello there, everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my pronunciation practice series, we're going to be continuing our 4, maybe 5-part unit, that's 4 or 5 lessons, on making friends with the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet, and we'll be doing various exercises to help you. Today, we're going to look not just at the vowels and consonants, but we're going to look at something, one application of this, which is the past tense, and maybe some other tricky areas. So, more about that in just a minute. First of all, a little bit about me. My name is Jon-Eric. I'm your Verbling teacher for this hour, and I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means turn off your microphone when you're not speaking so we can keep the classroom quiet. But tune in to the new words, and in this case, what you're learning about pronunciation, the new ideas and tools. Use them actively in the class so that I can correct you and give you feedback. Finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. And before I say hello to everyone, let me just quickly share the document which I've put in the class material for you. Give me just a second here. So as you know, if you go to underneath the green join button, at the very bottom you see class material, and there's your link. And I will give you a copy of this in the chat window. There's nothing there now, but I'm going to add it as we do the class. So when you open it up, you will see this logo, this graphic, pronunciation practice. You have my contact on the second page and the table of contents. We are in class 3. You can either click on it or just scroll down to page 3 and you'll see today's class. This will be applying the IPA. So I'll update that so you can see where we are. There you go, applying the IPA. Okay, I'll be filling this in and giving you activities to do on this page. So it probably would be good if you could open this on your computer, because I won't always be able to share my screen. And that's a little bit about where we are. Let's say hello to all of you. First of all, welcome back, Daniel. Nice to see you this morning. Are you there? Hello, Daniel? Hello, Daniel. Oh, I don't hear Daniel. Let's say hello to Alibek. Hello, Alibek. How are you?
Yes, hello, Jon.
Very good. Nice to have you here.
Good morning.
There we go. Now we got Daniel as well. Let's say hello also to Gina. Hello, Gina.
Hello.
Hi, Gina. How are you?
Fine. Can you
And
hear?
where? Yes, we hear you. Where are you from, Gina?
Italy. I'm from Italy.
Really? Where about? What part? The south?
The south. Yes. Near Naples.
Near Naples. Okay, very good. Nice to have you. And last person is Zaya. Is that right? Hello, Zaya? Uh-oh, I don't hear you. Okay, Zaya, if you're having any problems with your microphone, either send me a message, or maybe you are sending me a message. If you're having problems with your microphone, it might be a good idea to leave the class and then rejoin. Sometimes that fixes the problem, okay? Or send me a message. So rejoin the class, Zaya. Leave, rejoin. Okay, there you go. Let's see if that fixes it. All right. So for all of you, here's what I'm going to do. In the last classes, we started to work with the IPA, and let's start with the charts that I've given you in that document from last week. So here we go. Now you can see. Oh, you can't see it on screen. Wait a second. Give me just a minute. There we go. So you will find this on the last pages of the Making Friends with the IPA document, the pronunciation practice document. But I'll share my screen for these charts. So we looked at one chart to help you with the vowel sounds of English. And to make it easy on you, I've given you something concrete to remember, the name of an animal. So the animal has the same name as the sound of the vowel, and we have the IPA symbol just to the left, left, on the left column of the vowel. So A, the long sound of A is snake. It sounds like the color gray snake. And you can see the symbol next to it, which is an A and an I. So we started off by trying to make it easier for you to remember by attaching an animal to the sound to make the symbol much more clear. And what we're going to do today is try to apply that. So we're going to go through this in just a moment. Let me move forward here. And here are the symbols without the sounds. So we'll review that in just a minute. Whoops. The next thing we did was look at the consonants. So in the last class particularly. And what we did here, this one is a little bit harder to see. But if I go back to my screen here, I don't know what happened to Zaya. I told Zaya to leave and come back, and he just left. Zaya, if you're out there, you've got to rejoin the class, and probably your microphone will work. Let's say hello also to Amir, who's just joining us right now. Hello, Amir.
Hello. Hello, how are you?
Very good. Is this your first time, Amir?
Yes, it's my first time with you.
Okay, fantastic. And where are you from?
From Egypt.
From Egypt. Okay, excellent. So, Amir and everyone else, we're going to start off by just reviewing the IPA symbols, and we looked at two charts, the consonants, the vowels, just a moment ago. And now we're going to look at what I call the CHART-SIPA, the Simplified International Phonetic Alphabet. The symbols are the same, but the chart, I try to make the chart easier for you. So, what you have is a key word for every position in your mouth, and there's 8 positions in English. So, what I'm going to have you do is we can review the vowels in a second, but I want to really introduce the consonants. So, Alabek, in the very first column, you see 2 key words. You see toes and pub, or that's column A1. Do you see that?
Yes, I see.
Excellent. So, what I want you to do, based on those 2 key words, I want you to see if you can tell me another word that has the same consonant. And then I want you to tell me where it is in your mouth and why it's in column A1. So, for column 1, row A, your key word is pub. Can you think of another word that has this exact same consonants, the same sound?
Pub.
Can you think of another word that has the same sound?
Right here or
No, you use your imagination.
okay. Pub. It's mean. I think maybe hub. Hub. H.
Hub.
Yes.
I agree with you. I agree with you. If you mean the last letter. Hub.
Yes.
Okay, good. So, here's a question for you. Why does hub fit in that column? You're right. Can you tell me why?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Why does hub fit in that column? You're correct, but can you explain why? Do you know why?
Maybe
What?
because it.
Sorry, go ahead.
Maybe because it has three letters, and between two letters, the letter U, which makes sound.
But this is for consonants, not vowels. So you were right with your word, but for the wrong reason. The reason is b, hub, uses
Okay.
both of your lips. So hub uses both of your lips. It's bilabial. So here I'm going to highlight the word bilabial. See it in blue? That means you use two lips to make the sound b. And
Okay.
that's right. So your key word there is pub, because I used both the P and the B sound to make pub. You use hub, it also works. And it's in row A because it's what we call plosive, meaning you got to blow out. Puh, puh, right? You blow out when you make that sound. So you're right. Where is it in your mouth? Front, middle, back. The sound hub, b. The B is in hub. Where is it?
Excuse me?
Where is it? Where's the position in your mouth when you say hub? Is it in the front, the middle, or the back?
I think it is in the front.
You're right. Where are your lips? In the front, or in the middle, and the back? They're in the front.
Yes.
Right. So this chart is set up to go from the front of your mouth to the back of your throat. As we go from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, we go back farther in your mouth. Hub. Okay, Amir, looking at column 1, can you think of another word that might fit in column 1, but this time that does not use the P or the B sound? It's still bilabial, two lips, but not P or B. In other words, you have to look at
Top.
You have to look at column 1, but you have
Yes.
to look at row B.
Row B.
So what letter do you see there?
Nasal, nose, nasally, or what?
That's right. So take a look at, there's your IPA symbol, which looks like the letter M.
Yes.
Okay, say a word that begins with M.
Mom.
Mom, exactly. Are you using both lips? Mom.
Yes.
Okay. So there's no real difference between pub and mom, except pub you blow out, so it's plosive. Mom, the sound goes through your nose. Mom.
Yes.
Can you hear the difference between pub through your mouth, mom through your nose?
Yes.
Fantastic. If you can hear the difference, then you're doing great. All right. So all we're doing now is just looking at the positions in your mouth and making the chart more clear for you. That's all we're doing. Very simple. And then we're going to apply it in just a second. Daniel, I want you to look at column 2, which says labiodental. Do you see it?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Look at column 2,
Yes.
labial dental. Do you see it? Column 2.
Yes.
Say the key word for me. Don't worry about the kid. Do you have to go get your kid?
Yes, it's crying.
If you have to go get your kid, then bye-bye.
No,
Or
no
is-
problem, no problem.
all right. Don't
It's
worry
not
about the
here.
microphone. Don't worry about the kid. Just worry about column 1. Say the keyword for me at the top of column 1.
Fava,
Fav.
fava,
Yeah, I want to hear that f and v. That's right.
fava.
Okay. Notice that those sounds are in row 3, which is fricative. That means that your mouth has to stop the air partially. So in this case, your lip touches your teeth. F, v, f, v.
Fava.
That's right. Here's my question. F, v. What's the difference between the f and the v? I don't know if you remember from last week, but there's always 2 columns inside of each column, a left and a right. Do you remember the difference between the f and the v?
Yes.
What's the difference?
My lips, my down lips,
My lower lip,
my lower lips
yeah, lower lip
run,
touches.
and my up teeth,
Wait. Lower lip,
lower lip, yes,
upper teeth.
upper teeth,
And not runs, but touches.
touches, v,
My lower lip touches my upper teeth. That's
Uh.
true.
r,
What's happening with your vocal cords between the f and the v?
v, the lower, the up teeth,
Upper teeth?
upper teeth
Uh-huh.
touch the lower lips.
In both the f and the v. In both, Daniel. In both, they touch it. Right?
But in the first consonant v,
V?
it's
Yeah.
is different.
It's not.
No, v.
No, it's not. It's exactly the same. Here's the
Okay.
difference. In the v, it's voiced.
Ah, okay.
Remember the difference? Do you remember what that is?
Yeah.
So that
Vo-
means you're using what?
voice with my throat.
Exactly. You're using your throat. And f, you say it's voiceless.
Mm-hmm.
Move this over so you can see it a little better. And that's the case with the whole chart. The sound on the left is always voiceless, and the sound on the right is always voiced.
Okay.
Can you think of a voiceless sound in column C2? So that's where you are. Your cheeks, fava. C2. Can you think of a voiceless sound for C2? A word. Sorry. Can you think of a voiceless word for C2?
For C2.
So the example we have is fava. Fava. The F is voiceless.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of another example?
For example, violin.
Is that voiced or voiceless?
Violin. Violin. No, voice.
It's voiced.
Voiced.
Violin is voiced, but it's a good example. It's a good example for voiced. Violin. Good. That's good. Let's see if we can get Gina in here. Hello, Gina.
Hello.
All right. Now, Gina, we're still in column 2C, and Daniel gave us a word for voiced, violin. Can you give us a word for voiceless?
It may be friend.
Friend. Perfect. That's it. Okay, I think you're all getting the hang of this. So, Gina, let's look at column, we did what? 2C? Let's look at column 3C.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, all the blank spaces in this chart, they're blank because they don't exist in English. There's no other sounds you need to know in English, just these. So, the keyword is, read the keyword for me at the top of the column, Gina.
Theater.
Listen to me, almost. Theater.
Theater.
Perfect. Theater. Now you've got two symbols there, one on the left and one on the right.
Mhm.
Do you know which symbol theater relates to?
To the first,
The first is the one on the left or the right?
on the left.
On the left, you're absolutely right. That's correct. Theater. So the th is voiceless in theater. Very good. Can you think of an example of a voiced th sound?
That.
That. You are an expert, Gina. Very good. Let me ask you a question. In column 1, we were at the front of the mouth using two lips. In column 2, Daniel was using his bottom lip touching his upper teeth. We were still in the same position in the front of the mouth. In column 3, where are we in our mouth now? Are we all the way in the front?
Mm.
Where are we in our mouth? Physically, where are we?
Mhm.
Theater. Are we using our lips?
Um,
First question, are we using our lips when we say theater?
no.
No, of course not. So we are not in the first position in our mouth. We're not. We're one step back. Theater. Okay, where's your tongue when you say theater?
Between my teeth.
That's right, between your front two teeth. Theater. Between your front two teeth. Is it on the, is your tongue theater? Is your tongue touching the bottom of your teeth, or is your tongue behind your teeth?
It's behind.
Theater. For me too. Theater. For me, it's behind and a little bit down. Theater. Theater. But yes, you can move it around. It doesn't have to be in one particular position. Theater. All right. I hope this is starting to make some sense. In column 4, we've got a lot more choices because look at all those consonants we can create. We've got voiced and voices, tons and tons of consonants here. Let's go back to Alabek for column 4. Alabek,
Yes.
read the keyword for me at the top of column 4.
It's TD.
The keyword.
Our keyword is. Sorry, I can see because I'm on my iPad.
Oh, on the top of the column?
It's lobes, yes?
Oh, no. On the top of column 4, the word is door.
Ah, yes, door.
Right? So
Yes.
that helps you remember the position in your mouth. So, are we in the same position as column 3? Theater, door. Are we in the same position in our mouth?
Theater, door.
Or are we farther back?
I think we are back.
I agree. We are. Now this, underneath door, you see the word alveolar. Alveolar. This time, because this one can be a bit confusing, I want to see if I can show you a picture. I don't know if I have a chart here. No, I don't. I'm going to open a chart to show you exactly what this is, but it'll take a second. So while we're opening this, it'll take a second. I'll share it with you. But while I'm opening this, let's go through some of the sounds. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to try to say a word, and I'm going to tell you what position we're in. So our choices are all of those rows. Actually, there's a sound for each of the rows. So in the alveolar position, position 4, there's 4A, which is plosive, 4B, which is nasal, 4C, which is fricative. That's when you have to stop the air in some way. 4D, which is liquid. That's like a smooth sound. And 4E, which is another kind of liquid. It's the same smooth sound, but here I've got two choices. And these, you might not be familiar with all the symbols, so we'll try to clarify those. Give me just a second because I want to see if I can share with you a chart. Give me just a second here. One moment. I'm just opening a PDF on my computer, and the second it gets open, that's taking forever. Give me a second. And it's not opening. Why is it not opening? Is it opening? Yes, it is opening. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is share this with you. And I want you to actually see the positions. It's a little bit slow. Hold on a second. That's taking forever. Okay, well, while while this is loading, let's see if we go around the room and try to think of one example for each, just to clarify what we're looking at. So, Alibek, you're going to give me an example of a word in 4A. So that's a plosive, alveolar plosive, 4A. And you can use those IPA symbols to help you. In this case, the symbols look exactly like the letters in the Roman alphabet. So they should be pretty familiar. So can you think of an example?
Should be familiar with word door?
Well,
Or...
D is one of the alveolar plosives, 4A. D is an example. Okay, can you think of another?
Okay. Maybe world.
Hmm? What about the other symbol here? What about this one?
T.
On the, yeah.
T. Okay.
It's not a T. It looks like a T, but it's actually a T.
Maybe distance.
Distance. You mean which letter in distance are you talking about? The T or the D? For example.
The first letter is D.
Right.
And the middle letter is D.
All right. What's the difference between the T and the D sound in your mouth? So if I say T as in Tom, right? D as in
yes,
D as in Tom, D as in do. So say those Tom, do, Tom, do. What's the difference? Can you tell what's going on in your mouth?
When we spell the word letter T,
when we say the letter,
use the
when we say the T sound, it's not the letter T. It's the T. It's the T sound. When we say the T sound,
okay.
What's our tongue doing?
When we say T sound, our tongue is reach our upper teeth.
Tom. Not really.
Tom.
It's back farther. Let me see if I can show you a picture. Give me a second.
Because I don't know how it called that.
Exactly.
Upper mouth.
All right. Let me show you a picture here. So take a look. Give me just a second here. Share my screen. One moment. This one is going to be a little small. I know it's hard to see, but it's all I got right now.
Oh yes, it's
so look.
It's called alveolar. Upper.
That's
alveolar.
it. Alveolar. That's it.
Yeah.
And you can see that little arrow is pointing to a kind of a bump. It's a little protrusion that's behind your teeth. Behind your teeth. Tom. Your tongue just taps it. Tom. Now, what happens when you say do? Are you tapping the alveolar ridge?
No.
No.
Now I'm tapping the upper teeth.
In do? Do and door? You shouldn't be touching your teeth. Do. Say it for me. Do. Are you touching your teeth?
Oh no, actually no.
No, you're not. Exactly. So the difference is this. I'm going to tell you. Tom, you just touch the alveolar ridge. With do and door, you have to use your vocal cords a little bit. Do, d, 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 d. So in my chart, I think I actually made a mistake because do should be on the right side and the t sound should be on the left. I made a little mistake there, actually. I have to change it. But you can see the words alveolar ridge on the right side of the screen, and you can see more or less where it's pointing. I'll try to get a bigger chart because this is a little bit small. It's hard to see. All right, but anyway, you get the idea. Okay, so what we're going to do, just to get the rest of that column, even for you new people joining us like what we're going to do is try to think of a word for each of those consonants. So, Alibek bravely did the T and the D sound for column 4. So he did 4A, which is alveolar plosive. 4A. He did T as in D as in dis and T as in stance, distance. So that's a good example. All right, Amir, I want you to try alveolar nasal. That's column 4B. Can you think of an example of the sound that you see in 4B?
N.
Yeah, give me a word.
Noun.
Noun. Noun. Excellent. Where is the air going? When you say noun, where is the air going? Through your mouth?
Through my nose.
Through your nose, that's it. So just like the word mum or mom, which was 1B, 4B, the air passes more through your nose than through your mouth. And in 4A, the air passes through your mouth, but it's stopped by your tongue touching the alveolar ridge. Here it goes through your nose. That is it. Noun. And noun is a really good example because it's very nasal. Noun. Noun. Okay. Daniel, look at 4C. That's alveolar fricative. Give me an example of the voiceless 4C. See if you can do it. Think of a word.
Zip.
Zip, is that voiced or voiceless?
Voiceless.
No.
Z.
Remember how you check?
Z.
You check by putting your fingers. If you're not, hold on. If you're not sure, it's voiced. If you're not sure, here's what you do. You go and put your fingers, I'll show you in a second. Can you see that little chart, the little picture above on the top of the page?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see where he's putting his index finger in that picture?
Mm-hmm. Zip. Zip. Zip.
Exactly.
Voice.
So if you're not sure, you put your finger right above your sternum at the base of your throat, and you can feel that your throat is moving. So everyone should just do that right now. Put your index finger in that half circle where your sternum is,
Yes.
and say, give me a word that's voiced, Daniel. Give me a Z word.
A Z word.
Yeah.
Zebra.
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 So everyone just say that and feel your vocal cords moving by putting your finger there. Zebra.
Zebra.
Can you feel your vocal cords moving?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try this. Seashore. Say that for me.
Seashores.
Seashore.
Seashores.
Seashore.
Seashores.
Can you feel your vocal cords moving when you say seashore?
No.
No, of course. So it's voiceless. The S is voiceless and the Z is voiced. Other than that, they're exactly the same in terms of the position in your mouth. They're in the same position. The difference is you're using your vocal cords in Z and you're using nothing in S. Let's go back to our chart. Okay, let's go to Gina, back to you for alveolar liquid, and we're in 4D. Give me an example of a 4D sound.
Life.
Life. Okay, that's easy. I want you to give me an example of an L sound that's inside of a word. This one's a little more difficult. Can you think of a word that has an L, not as the last letter, but inside of it, an internal L? If you're not sure, I can help you.
I don't know.
Okay. How would you say you può in English?
You?
Io può. In Italian, può? Oh, sorry. Io posso. I was saying it wrong. In Italiano, posso. In English?
Posso.
Translate. In English.
I don't understand the word.
In Italiano, posso.
Posso.
In English, what would it be?
Can.
Exactly.
I can.
What's the past of can? What's the past?
Could.
Excellent. Now you've got a word with an L inside of it, right?
Oh, yes.
Tell me something. Listen to me say it. Could. Now you say it. Now you repeat it, Gina. Could.
Could.
Okay. Can you hear the difference between my pronunciation and yours? Listen again. Could. Now you say it.
Could.
There you go. What was the difference?
I pronunciated the you. I said could.
Exactly. So, in the word, what was the word you said before? Life? I think you said? The first word you said was what? Life?
Yes.
Okay. What's the difference between the L in life and the L in could?
I don't hear the L.
Exactly. Guess what? If you can remember that, you will have a perfect pronunciation in English of the L, because that's the difference between Italian and English, and Spanish and English, and Portuguese and English, and all the Latin languages in English. The L is not pronounced inside of a word. So, if you say life, that is exactly 4D, alveolar liquid. If you say could, the L is not on the chart. It's simply not here. It doesn't exist because it's taken out. I just want to show you that because I want to show you how you can use this chart to help yourself with your personal pronunciation. Every language has its own way of making consonants, right? So if you look at this chart and your consonant doesn't fall on the chart, it means it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist in English. So there's an L in Italian that doesn't exist in English. There you go. That is a good example. Gina, I'm going to give you one more, which is a little tricky. Look at 4E. Do you see that symbol in 4E?
Yes. It's strange.
It is strange. It is the R in English, and it's different than the R in Italian. So, can you think of an example of a word, an R word for us?
Repeat.
Repeat, right? Repeat? Is that it? Okay. Good. Now, here's a question for you. What's happening in your mouth when you say repeat?
Repeat. I.
What's happening with your lips, with your tongue, with the position? Because
my tongue is behind.
My tongue is behind what?
Behind the teeth.
Behind the teeth.
Doesn't touch the teeth.
Good. repeat, repeat, r, r. Okay, and what about your lips in the r?
My lips don't touch
R,
themselves.
exactly. They're kind of open, right? Repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay, sounds good. Repeat. So look at this. As we go down the chart, although we're always in the same position, the alveolar position, the difference is if you say life, your tongue is touching the alveolar ridge on the top, life. If you say repeat, r, 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 I think I got to change my chart because for me, r, it's not really in the same position. Repeat, r, r, r. My tongue is kind of back a little farther. R, 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 r. In fact, it's kind of floating in space. The idea here, if you look at the real IPA chart, is that your tongue is supposed to be sort of below this alveolar position, floating. Repeat, repeat, r, r, r. For me, it's a little bit farther back. But anyway, that's the difference. The L you're touching and the R you're not. Ooh, that was loud. Oh, that's very loud. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try. The rest are pretty easy. I think that the alveolar one is the most difficult because you've got all 5 consonants there in front of you. You've got all 4, but 2 of them are the same. There's 2 liquids there, so you've got 5 altogether. So let's say hello to Mai. Hello, Mai. How are you? Hello, Mai. Mai is not talking to us. Mai, are you there? Mai is attending to someone in her house. So let's go back to Alibek. Hello, Alibek. Hello, Alibek.
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, okay. So the rest of them are pretty easy. Let's go to 5. It's actually 5C. You've got a voiced and a voiceless. Look at your keyword and tell me if it's voiced or voiceless. See the keyword at the top?
Ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it seems to be voiceless.
It seems to be, and it is. You're right, it's voiceless. So that symbol is for the voiceless sh sound. Now, can you think of a word that has the voiced sound in it? The one on the right? Yeah. So it's going to be the same sh, but this time you're using your voice and it goes j.
Okay, maybe jungle.
Jungle. Listen to the difference between jungle and jungle. So you're close, but not 100% correct because jungle would be the symbol on the right. Jungle, for us, it's 2 symbols. It's the 3C and the 5C put together. 3C and 5C put together. That would be jungle. So the problem here is that in Russian, what do you speak? Russian or Ukrainian? I can't remember. What's your...
And Russian too.
Russian. You're from Ukraine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the problem is in your languages, in Russian, Ukrainian, you've got the sound zh. It's everywhere, right? Like you've got maybe a friend named Zhenya, or you've got Zhivit, or something like that.
Yes.
But in English, we don't. We only have it almost only in the middle of a word. And the classic one is measure, like a measuring cup. Like if you're cooking, you have to use a measuring cup to measure the water. Measure.
Oh, okay, I see.
So there's no particular letter that gives us zh. And that's something we have to do, not in this class, but in the next one. We have to start to create particular words that can help us with the spelling. We're going to match up this with spelling. Well, we'll do it today in a simple way, but I think what we're going to do, as the classes go on, we're going to try to find one word which spells that particular sound, or more than one word. So measure, it's a Z. But as you said, je could also be, it could be a J if it's like a special word from another language. Like, I don't know, I can't think of an example right now. I don't know, it'll come to me. If you got a foreign name, George, like in Portuguese we'd say George, in Spanish Jorge, George, je. It's a foreign name, so you can give the je sound. All right, we've covered the difficult ones. Let's see. In column 6, 7, and 8, they're not so difficult. Column 6, that J is actually a Y. So, Daniel, can you think of a word besides yard? Can you think of a word that matches with 6D? Daniel, are you there?
Sorry.
Can you think of a word that matches with 6D? Remember, the key word is yard, so that gives you the idea.
Jam.
Say again?
Jam.
Nope.
No?
No. Listen. Yard.
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 Yeah.
So don't use your eyes. Use your ears.
Yeah.
Yard.
You.
You, exactly. Why are you? So most of the time, it's going to be spelled with the letter Y or Ypsilon. So that's it. That's very good. That's it. I hope this is more or less clear with everyone. We're reviewing right now, but we're going to apply it in just a second. Let's just say a quick hello to John, who's joining us right now. Hello, John. How are you? Hello, John.
How are you?
How are you? Hey, there you go. And where are you from, John?
I'm from Algeria.
Algeria. Okay, very good. Nice to have you. So, John.
Thanks, man.
Good. So, John, what we're doing here is we're reviewing the IPA, that means International Phonetic Alphabet, and we're working on the consonants. I'm trying to help you use the chart. This is a simplified chart. I'm trying to help you match the symbols to the sounds. So we've done column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5, column 6, and we're up to column 7 on the screen, which says Velar. And what we've noticed is that each column you're moving farther and farther back into your mouth. So when we get to Velar, you can see the key word at the top of the chart is key. You hear the sound k?
K, yeah.
That's it. Excellent. And you'll notice in column 7A, that's Velar plosive, 7A, you've got a K, the symbol for k. What I want you to do, I want you to think of a word that matches both of those columns in 7A. You've got the k and the g sound. Can you think of a word we could use to exemplify both sounds? One word or two words?
G?
Yeah? For example, what would be a word that has that sound?
Good.
Good, exactly. Good. Okay.
Right?
That's absolutely right. Now listen to me. If you say good, tell me the difference between good, like good and bad, and could, like could and would. What's the difference? Can you hear the difference between could and good? Can you hear the difference?
Yeah, I can, but...
Difficult to explain, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the difference, John. I know. Here's the difference. Look at the screen for a second. you're going to see my big ugly face. Take your finger, put it here on your throat, and when you say good, you can feel your vocal cords are moving. When you say could, C-O-U-L-D, your vocal cords are not moving when you say could. That's it.
Yeah.
So the difference is on the left side, the K for K is voiceless, and the G for G is voiced. That's it.
Yes, man.
That's the difference. All right. We've got 2 more symbols, and then we're done. The first one, under which is column CB, let's see if we got Mai there. Mai, is your microphone working now? Hello, Mai?
You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Mai next to you. Hello, Mai? Mai. Hello? I don't hear Mai. Okay. Let's go back to Gina. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. I want to try you for this one. It's tricky. 7B. Do you recognize that symbol?
It seems like a N, similar to N, but I don't know.
Here's the difference. The N is in column 4, which is in the alveolar position, right? The middle of your mouth. But the N with a hook on it is in the velar position, which is the same position as K and G. So it's, where is it in your mouth?
I don't know.
Well, where is the K and the G sound in your mouth? Where is it?
K, G?
Yeah.
In the throat.
Exactly. So it's an N in your throat. Exactly right. It's an N in your throat. Here's the trick. There are no sounds at the beginning of a word in English that have it. They don't exist. They're only at the end of a word. So guess what? You have to put 2 letters together. Usually it's an N and a G. Can you think of a word that ends with N and G?
Being.
Being is exactly right. Being. So being, B-E-I-N-G, we don't normally say the G in being. And in fact, that's one of the things that Latin language speakers have to work on, because usually they'll put it in. I was being good. So we have to swallow that consonant, and we just have the ing without the g. Being. Say it for me one more time. Being. Okay, but yeah. So you just swallow the G. We don't say it being, but being, and stop. Okay? That's a tricky one.
Okay.
But my purpose is just to show you where it is in the chart and where it is in your throat. The last one is the H. I think everyone knows that. H, as in hill. There's actually 3 H's, but for now we're only going to look at the throat H. All right. Now that you know this, guess what we're going to do? We're going to see, we're actually at the end of the hour, but we're going to see if we can practice a little bit. I wanted to do the past tense, and I wanted to do a little bit of practice. I think what we're going to do is just do a little practice. Give me just a second here. Let me just see. I'm going to see if I can just give you one short exercise, and I think that's all the time we have today. Give me just a second to look at my material. What can we do here? Okay. I'm going to give you, you're going to have to listen now for 2 different sounds. Okay? I'm going to put the chart on screen, and we're going to do this as a kind of introduction. So we're going to apply the IPA, but I'll just think how I'm going to do this. Give me just a second here. what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to have to take a screenshot. Give me just a second here. Oops. Hold on 1 second. Print screen. Okay. So you're going to see this in just a second. I'm going to share my screen. And what I'm going to do is give you a set of words and ask you which pronunciation you're hearing. So we'll go back here to the chart. Okay. And I want you to listen for, give me just a minute. All right. I want you to listen for the ending of the word. The ending of the word. The first word is suffered. Listen only for the ending of the past tense. Suffered. Where does it go in the chart? Suffered. Class, what do you think?
4E. FE.
4.
Sorry,
E.
D. 4.
4D?
4
4D or 4E?
E. A, B, C, D, E.
A, B, C, D, E. 4E. 4E
4E.
4E is the sound R. R. Right?
Right.
But listen to the word again. Suffered.
I think for this,
Go ahead. Say again.
for the C, it's where the theta.
But we're looking at only the ending, not the beginning. The ending of the word. Suffered.
For
So the
A.
Oh, it's D,
D.
where the yard.
I agree. So she said, Gina said 4A, D,
Yes.
and you're right. You're absolutely right. It's 4A. Now, I made a mistake in 4A because the D should be on the right side, and I put them both on the left, but that was my fault. So they're actually separated. But you're right. It's 4A. Suffered. Listen to this word. Laughed. What column and what row am I in now? Laughed.
2
You
C.
can look at the word in the chat window. 2C.
C.
2C. Laughed. Nope. Try again. You're listening for the ending of the word. Laughed.
Oh.
Laughed. Is it 4A?
Yes.
It is. But it's 4A on the left side. That's right. So what I'm really doing here is I'm using a different part of my document, which I'll put in the notes for you. Not now, but after class. This is what I'm actually doing. I'm giving you a tool, and you can see here on the screen it's called the 3 EDs. And what I want you to do is start to use the consonant chart to distinguish the forms of the past tense. There's basically 3 past tense sounds. T, which is, as you just said a second ago, is 4A on the right side, D, 4A on the left side, and id, where you put in a vowel. So it's 4A, but with a vowel. So this is one application of the chart, but I've made a separate chart just to make things easy for you. 3 EDs. What I'm going to do is give you a list of words, and for homework, you try to place them on the chart, and then you can send it to me, or I'll give you the answers so you can self-correct, and in the next class, you can bring your questions to me. So we'll apply just for the past tense for today. I'll give it to you as a homework to try it out. All right? So we're going to stop here. I hope the consonants are a little more clear and the logic of the chart, how the chart relates to a position in your mouth and in your throat, is a little bit more clear. In the next class, we're going to be applying it to the past tense and to difficult consonants. We're going to be applying it in different ways. Okay? I'll send you the homework in just a little bit, and I'll see you in 1 minute for our business class if you want to stick around. Okay? I'll be back in just a minute for the business class. Bye for now, everyone. See you soon.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.